Hello and welcome to MacIver's Grant Public Library's Storytime Tuesday. This is the second part of our Blooms and Bugs Storytime. So the last book we read was called Flowers Are Calling, and this book is called The Bugliest Bug. This book was written by Carol Diggory Shields. So she's the author. She wrote the words and illustrated by Scott Nash. So Scott Nash drew these pictures. I love this book. I like to read it every spring. I just think it's a neat book. It's called The Bugliest Bug, and it was published by Candlewick Press. So there we have a picture of some leaves and some grass, and what do you see in the leaves and the grass? I see something. It might be a clue about what the story's about. Let's find out. The Bugliest Bug. Do you have 6 legs? Do you wiggle or crawl? Could you be the bugliest bug of them all? What is a bugliest bug? Let's find out. Look at all these different kinds of bugs. They all look very different, don't they? A contest for insects. News buzzed through the air. Bugs slithered and swarmed from here and from there. Down by the pond, young damselfly Dilly said, I'm a plain bug, neither clever nor frilly. But while I won't win, I would still like to see who the bugliest bug turns out to be. Let's see. Fireflies lit up the stage with their lights. Glowworms glowed softly, a beautiful sight. A lacy white curtain hung from the trees and billowed and swayed in the warm evening breeze. The clearing was humming with bugs of all sizes, flittery, jittery, hoping for prizes. There were more bugs than Dilly could ever have dreamed, from tiny no-see-ums to a fat termite queen. Some had great pincers, and some had proud horns, and some looked like branches or flowers or thorns. Bugs are so different. What do you think would make you the bugliest bug of them all? Dilly crept closer as the biggest judge grinned. Sweet little bugs, let our contest begin. How odd, Dilly thought. Those judges have wings that are tied to their backs with gossamer strings. Can you see that? Can you see the judge? What do you think? What does Dilly see? I see that they have ties on them. See their wings? Why would they have wings tied to them if they were bugs? Click, beetles clacked, and whirligigs whirled. Crickets sang solo, and swallowtails swirled. A ladybug curtsied. Tumblebugs flipped, the judges applauded, and then licked their lips. What do you think's up with those judges? The judges looked shifty, so Dilly kept squinting. Then sure enough, she spied their fangs glinting. She yelled, we've been flim-flam, bamboozled, distracted. Those judges aren't insects, she cried. They're arachnids. An arachnid is a spider, and a spider eats a bug. Oh no! Dilly figured it out. They took off their wings. Let's find out what happens. The big judge hissed softly, too late for you all. It's curtain time now, and it started to fall. Folks, he continued, we like all your acts, but we think we will like you much better as snacks. The bugs froze in fear. This looked like the end. Look, the curtain is a spider web. Oh no, what's going to happen to all those bugs? Let's find out what happens. But Dilly thought quickly and shouted out, friends, there's only one way to get out of this mess. Each insect must do what each insect does best. So charge, yelled a squadron of swift soldier flies, and a bombardment of beetles took to the skies. Dilly whirred up through the hole in the net. It's working! It's working! We'll beat those creeps yet! They had to work together, didn't they? Each use their own talent. Do you think they'll win? What do you think's going to happen? Let's find out. The army ants marched and the manatees prayed. Manatees prayed. Keep fighting, called Dilly, and don't be afraid. Then the stink bugs united, gave off their worst smells. P.U. we give up, the spiders all yelled. They scuttled away. Hurrah, cried the bugs, giving high fives and sixes and fuzzy warm hugs. The cicada piped up. It's time for a speech. Attention, my friends, he said with a screech. Cicada. I always say that wrong. Cicada. The contest is over and we have a winner. Without this young damsel, we'd all be dinner. She might be young and she might be small, but Dilly's the bugliest bug of them all. She was watching, wasn't she? She was paying attention, and then she told her friends, let's all get together. And she led them to win against the spiders. I like that book. Did you like that book? I hope you have a very wonderful day. I hope that if you decide to go outside, you might find some bugs outside and decide which one is the bugliest bug of all. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next week at 11 o'clock for Storytime Tuesday. Bye-bye.